Hey y'all, it's your girl Lynda. Brum, bum, bum, bum. Welcome to the pod where we keep it real and simple. No fancy words, just the real deal on fraud. Let's get into it. So, all right, what happened was I get a Zelle notification, right? Someone sent me $150 out of nowhere. Then a text comes in from a random number saying it was a mistake and it's asking me to send it back. I work in fraud, right? At this time, I was new in fraud. So I kind of had my antennas up at that point. Something was feeling a little off because why? Why are you zelling strangers and hoping that they return it, right? Now, I know how extensive the Zelle process is compared to other ways of sending money. It asks you a million times if you're sure. You have to confirm the name, the phone number, the amount. Are you sure you want to send it to this person? It's not something you just send accidentally, right? So I was already side-eyeing the whole situation. Still, I did the responsible thing. I called my bank's fraud department, reported what was going on. And you know what they told me? They said, just send the money back. Just send the money back. They said that would be the easiest way to handle it. I pushed back and I'm like, why would I Zelle someone I don't know? That means I now have to type his information manually, right? What if he's lying? My bank was like, nope, that's the best option. And I'm like, okay. In the meantime, the guy is still texting me, right? And I'm like, all right, I'll keep texting the guy because paper trail is everything. I asked, this is your name, right? You sent this by accident? And I told him too. I said, just so we're clear, I've reported this to my bank already, right? Now look, I could have kept the money. That was an option. But I don't play with bad karma. I just don't. This felt like the lesser evil. So I Zelled the $150 back reluctantly and even wrote in the note, return to sender, sent by accident, yada, 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 right? I'm done. I'm thinking, all right, cool. I called my bank. I actually spoke to a supervisor. They maintained the same, send it back. I was like, all right, cool. I have this thread going with the guy. I put it in my note, in my Zelle note. It asks you, what are you sending it for? Like optional. And I was like, all right, cool. I have all my information. I'm good. In case anything goes down, I have my little paper trail here. Okay. No. A few days later, my bank takes another $150 out of my account. Come to find out, that dude filed a claim saying he sent me money by mistake and never got it back. I was livid, okay? I called my bank again, and this time the energy was different. They're asking me, why would I send money back to a stranger? I'm like, because y'all told me to. I even spoke to a supervisor. Y'all told me to check the records, right? I know the calls are recorded, so I said check the records, pull the call recordings. Now I work in a bank at this time, so I kind of know what to say and what to ask them to look for. So those are the cards that I pulled, right? Not everybody's gonna be able to do that, granted. But I was like, all right, y'all need to check this. Go into your quality, whatever, yada yada. It turned into this long and necessary back and forth. It was exhausting. It was slow. It was frustrating and honestly just ridiculous. Thank goodness I kept the screenshots, the text messages, the Zelle memo, because that's really what ended up helping me. So the lesson that you learned here, or that I learned too, is don't assume your bank has the best advice. Just question everything, right? Do not, and I repeat, do not send money back to a stranger, even if they're the one who made the mistake. Go through the process with your bank in filing the claim. Let them do whatever they need to do to get the money back to the owner, right? Above all, receipts. Keep your documentation every single time. I may work in fraud now, but back then I was still pretty new. And even with some knowledge, I felt just really in a corner, right? The scammer, my own bank. I felt like I was on an island by myself. So trust me when I say your paper trail is your protection, okay? Forget the fancy fraud talk. Just make sure you've got proof, texts, emails, screenshots, anything you can pull up if things go sideways. All right? All right, y'all, that's it for today's episode. If you've ever had a sketchy Zelle moment, just know you're not alone. This has been the Fraud Report Pod. I'm your girl, Lynda, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.